Financial Survival Network, helping you to survive and thrive in the new economy. Get our complimentary newsletter at financialsurvivalnetwork.com. This is the Financial Survival Network.
And it's time for another Triple Lutz report. Last week was a rather significant one. We got QE3 and, expectedly, gold and silver prices, along with platinum and the rest of the so-called nobles metals prices skyrocketing ever higher. We got the latest jolt of Nanny Bloomberg's state-sponsored nannyism with the formal adoption by New York City's Board of Health banning big gulp sodas. And for those of you not in the know, which I hope is most of you, these are drinks, mainly sugary sodas and high sugar fruit drinks that are over 16 ounces in size. And believe it or not, they're going to have inspectors going around checking for compliance. This is just truly amazing. New York City is broke. They are bankrupt, and if it wasn't for the bankrupt, too big to fail banks paying taxes on profits that don't really exist, and on their executives paying taxes on undeserved bonuses that they should never be paid, New York would have been forced to abandon socialism and limit government decades ago. Now they're going around and they're going to spend hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars on enforcement and defending this travesty in court. Certainly they could find a better use for these funds. And how can they justify it? Speaking of complete waste of New York City taxpayer dollars, these bike lanes that they're putting in are proliferating around the city, along with bus lanes, and they're a pure act of insanity. Bloomberg wants to make New York Beijing on the Hudson. There's just not the number of bike riders in the city to justify construction, millions, tens of millions of dollars in construction costs to build these bike lanes. And what's happening? The number of parking spaces as a result is declining, which he's happy about, because Nanny doesn't like cars, because cars, you're free to go where you want, when you want to go there. Nanny wants you to go according to his lousy bus and subway schedules. That's what he's about. And these lanes, along with the bus lanes, are creating huge traffic jams. Traffic in New York City is slowing down, and to the extent it hasn't, it's because of the Depression, and less people can afford to drive in to this outrageous place. And you can envision the day when things are just going to totally break down in this place. I've got a ticket last week, a parking ticket, parked in front of an eyeglass place, put money in the meter, and there was a sign that said parking permitted from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. I got out, there was a ticket. I looked up, there was a sign above that parking permitted sign that said parking is never permitted. It said no standing anytime. So which sign are you supposed to believe? It's absurd. And this is what they do to chase business out of the city, to make the city less livable, and to destroy it. Now these bike lanes and these bus lanes, actually there's a sign by the bus lanes saying that they're under video surveillance. So if you deviate and have to swerve and go into the bus lane and they catch you on video, I guess they're going to send you a ticket. And this is what they're planning to do with the bike lanes as well. You know, the day is going to come where everything's going to be under video surveillance. If you illegally park or double park for 10 seconds, the eye in the sky is going to send you a ticket. And it's going to cost you $115, like they're trying to nick me for on the ticket they sent me. I mean, it's just unbelievable. They need a department of WTF in New York City because nobody knows what is going on there. And then you've got war in the Middle East starting to heat up. Forget the embassies and all that. Probably an Iranian plot or a false flag attack. You take your pick. It doesn't matter. This is a date with destiny. This is the battle between Christianity and Islam that goes back to the Crusades, to the Middle Ages. Who's ever behind it, and you can take your pick, we're heading for it. It's real. We might be manipulated by the media, by the propaganda, but it's coming. And just remember what Arch Crawford said on this show earlier. He said, and he's the astrological financial analyst, he told you between September 14th and September 30th, huge upheavals, no election or a delayed election, and martial law. Are you ready for that? Are any of us ready? Well, remember, get that food now. We got a sponsor, PrepareWise.com. PrepareWise.com. Go to their site. In the coupon code, put LUTZ. You'll get 10% off on your purchase. The food is really good. They've been around 20 years. They're not a Johnny-come-lately in this thing. The food is made to taste decent, not the gruel that a lot of these are. And also, go to Regal Assets, another show sponsor. Get your medals now. Buy them now. Stop putting it off. You can't afford to wait any longer. Go to Regal. You'll have your medal in 7 days or less. Do it. And hey, I don't know if Crawford is right or if he's wrong. Neither do you. But what I do know is that things are really getting hot. They're really starting to take off. Life of their own. We've got a huge armada in the Persian Gulf, supposedly there for war games, although since when is war a game, I don't know. You know, this thing could blow up at any time. We're not talking about panicking. It's not going to do anything for us. We need to remain calm, but we need to have our plans in place. And your plan needs to be have medals. Go over to regalasset.com. If you can find a place that'll get it to you cheaper for a cheaper price, for quicker shipping, then go do that. Just get your medals. Go over to preparewise.com. Type in the code LUTZ. Remember that. We're an affiliate. We profit by it, but you need to do this. I've purchased food from them, paid money for it. They didn't give me anything for nothing. So get your plans in place because we don't know what can happen. But preparing for possibilities is what financial survival is all about. Remember, get ready. This is Kerry Lutz, been another Triple Lutz Report, signing off.